It's getting warmer out here, but it's still beautiful in the morning. Well, I'm getting used to the heat. That's, if you hang out in the heat a lot, you kind of get more used to it, which is helpful. But good morning, you guys. This is Dash from Bloom Where You're Planted, and today I'm going to share with you something that I've been really reluctant to share because, well, you guys are going to think I'm crazy. I just know it. Although I never claim to be totally sane, just for the record. And some of you might not agree with what I'm doing at all. So there's that. So I'm going to show you that in just a minute. But before I do that, I'm going to kind of back up a little and explain to you why I'm doing what I'm doing. We all want to make our homestead profitable, right? I mean, I do. And I don't think I'm the only one that wants to do those homesteading things and make it pay off to some extent. So making a homestead profitable is not just one thing, it's a lot of little side hustles. And I first got this term from Nicole Sauce in Living Free in Tennessee. She has a podcast, a great podcast, really, really good. I love it because not only does she talk about homestead things, and I love the foraging part. She's in Tennessee, but still I really like that she goes out into her land and tells what she's gathering from the land that she's using in her food. I just think that's really neat, and wish I knew more about that. But the other part of her podcast is about business, making your homestead pay off. And she really shares and has some really good advice, I think, and is very motivating in making those side hustles pay off, and what she's doing, what worked and what didn't work. So definitely I would leave a link in the video description for her podcast, Living Free in Tennessee, and you guys go check that out. She's amazing. So I first heard of side hustles from her and it made so much sense to me, and so I wrote down all the side hustles. Some I'm doing and worked out really well, some have not worked out as well, and then some I plan to do. So some of my side hustles that make my homestead profitable are these. Rabbits, first of all. I do rabbits through the winter and spring, so it's kind of the off season from a lot of the other things that I'm doing, so that works out as a season for rabbits, and I sell those I get the most profit from selling them to kids for the state fair and FFA and like that. And then the next thing, you have to check with your cottage food laws in your state, but I have done that, and I can sell fire cider. And if you don't know what that is, I'll leave a link to a video where I made my fire cider. It's a cold and flu remedy, basically. So just as flu season's coming on, I can start selling that. And it's vinegar based, so it keeps for a long time. And then I can do peach habanero sauce, pickles, jams, honey, and then eggs are my big seller right now. Because I give my chickens fermented food, they pretty much lay all year, even when it gets really hot like this. So yeah, I'll try to leave a link in the description also for how to make fermented chicken food for your chickens, because it really does help them to continue to lay and be healthy. One other thing I do is sell plant starts, like these little basil plants. That helps bring in a little bit of money. Now, I don't sell my vegetables, but before I have done kind of a small CSA, meaning my friends have paid up front like $100, and then I have brought them groceries, vegetables and eggs, sometimes honey if I have it, for a whole growing season. And that's what enabled me to grow my front yard garden. I started out with 2 raised beds, and then I did the CSA, so gave them vegetables and eggs each week. They paid up front, and I built another 2 raised beds and grew in that. And then again, they paid up front, and I built another 2 4x8 raised beds until I finally had my garden filled up. So it was really useful for that, for getting my garden, my front yard garden built and filled up, getting those raised beds filled up and built. And then I've used veggies to barter veggies and eggs to barter also. So I love to barter. If you have something like website development or something you can do, then yeah, definitely that's a good way to use those. Okay, one way I get, because I have a blog and a YouTube channel, I get advertising money on my blog, and I write for different sites like the Grow Network. I've written for them before and sold that. And then I'm hoping, of course, to get advertisement on my YouTube channel. So I reached 1,000 subscribers, so I can do that. Thank you guys. And my channel is in review. It takes about a month, I guess, what they say, to review your channel to make sure it fits in YouTube's safety guidelines, and then you can start getting advertising in front of your videos. So that, I'm hoping, will start to trickle in a little bit here and there. Okay, some side hustles I would like to add to my homestead. I would like to make salves and soaps using my beeswax and my plants, my comfrey and my calendula. Haven't really gotten into that yet, but that is something I would love to do and to sell. And then I would like to raise chickens to help other people get started, but not just any chicken. I would like to cater to the beauty of the egg basket. So remember, you guys, when we had those beautiful little chicks hatch out, and it was quite a miracle because the mom kind of rejected them. She was over it. She'd been broody a long time. It was really our fault. She kind of started eating the eggshells. I think she was calcium deficient. So it was just a miracle that they even got to hatch, because we didn't have an incubator. We took them inside and they hatched in our hands, basically, in a little basket there on our table. So first, Lucky hatched, and he's at another homestead now. And then Duke hatched, and that is our amazing cream-crested leg bar rooster. And then our little girl hatched. That's our cream-crested leg bar hen. So they're a breeding pair. So in the springtime, I'm looking forward to getting fertilized eggs, and I'm looking forward to hatching those chicks under a broody hen or an incubator. I'm not sure yet whether I'm going to take that risk again. We'll see. And then those hens that are produced will be special hens laying special colored eggs, blue eggs. I'll have hens laying olive eggs with my rooster. And then I've got a good friend who lives out pretty far away from Dallas, outside of Dallas, and she will give me copper moran mixes to sell. So I'll be able to sell those hens that lay chocolate eggs, olive eggs, and blue eggs. So this beautiful egg basket idea that I'm going for could make a really good side hustle for my homestead, I think. So, but it was all dependent on building our new coop. So we started building. We laid down the foundation, as you can see here. But then, unfortunately, I got a toothache. So we took that money we were gonna use to frame out our new coop, and I went to the dentist. So I'm really glad I found a great dentist. As I told you guys, I got it all taken care of, so I'm really thankful for that. But we couldn't build our new coop. So what I had planned was to have this beautiful coop that would have a sliding door that I would be able to walk into, and I would be able to take my rooster, Duke. I'll show you how he got his name. That's beautiful. Wow, look at that. That really shows up.
Well. Yo, my name's Duke. Could you take your flashlight out of my ass, please?
Oh my gosh. So I would be able to come in my coop, my walk-in coop, take my rooster while he's asleep on the ladder perches I was gonna do. I was gonna do a ladder perch on this side and then another one on this side, so they could be perching there. So I could come in, sneak in at night, take him off his perch, and I would have a little door built in the back of the coop going to the garage. And I would open the door and slip him in this little door, and the other side I'd have a little rooster condo. Maybe a cage with a fan on it, or maybe even some air conditioner. I don't know. My husband probably would never agree to that, but I definitely had to worry about it being too hot in the summertime. So that was kind of the plan. So I would lock up the girls for safety at night from predators, and then I would come in the morning, and in a reasonable hour, which reasonable hour to me is like 8 o'clock, I would come in, I would slide back the door, I would go in and I would open the little door from the garage for Duke to come out. And he could come out with the hens and be in the chicken yard. So that was my idea, because roosters crow at 5:30 in the morning. I mean, they crow when they see the very crack of dawn, and they crow up the sun a lot. I mean, they keep crowing. So I have some neighbors that I think would probably call the police. I have a neighbor behind me in the alley that she doesn't pass go, she doesn't collect 200, she just calls the Dallas police. And I don't need that. So I thought, well, this would be an interesting way for me to be able to have a rooster and have this side hustle that I want to do. And besides, he was born on our homestead. He was one of the little chicks that just hatched out right in our hands, and he's beautiful. So this was my crazy plan to be able to keep my rooster. I know you guys probably think I'm crazy. Please tell me in the comments if any of you have done anything like this. I did hear one viewer said she put her rooster in a shed for the night. And then, like I said, when it was about 8 o'clock, she came in and let him out with the other girls. So I know at least one person's done this. So yeah, I know you guys are gonna think I'm crazy. But us homesteaders, we are a little bit nuts and determined to have what we want. Sometimes we have to think outside of the box to get what we want. Until we have enough money in the fall saved, until we can start building again, we are having to do this in the meantime. Let's go get Duke. So here is where Duke spends the night right now. And we have ice packs on him, which cools him down, and we have a fan blowing on those ice packs. So I think he's pretty content, but let's get him outside with the girls. So this is my crazy homesteading life that I love. So what do you think, Duke? Are we gonna be able to pull this off? Can we make it till fall doing this? Let's let him down. And then I let all the girls out with him and the chicks out with him. I leave the dog in so they can have half of the day in the cool of the morning to just be chickens and have adventures. Let's go let the girls out. Come on out, girls. So Duke gets to wander around our farm with his little ladies for most of the afternoon. Okay, you guys, so do you think I'm crazy? Yeah, I know. Well, I would love to hear about what side hustles you guys have on your homestead. And I'm gonna try to include, as I go through videos, some videos on different side hustles I'm doing and how are they working. Are they working? Are they not? What hoops I had to jump through to be able to do the things I do, like to sell chickens. I'm gonna have to get them tested for a certain disease, and if I want to take them and sell them off the property, I need to get licensed. So I'm gonna try to go through some side hustles that I'm doing and let you know how they're working for me, so that you can maybe make a profit on your homestead. So I would love to hear about your side hustles. So let me know if you are doing something that you're making a profit on your homestead, all those little things that make the homestead pay off and help sustain us, make the homestead sustainable. If you haven't heard, we reached 1,000 subscribers, more now. Thank you guys. And we're wanting to give back. So we're doing a giveaway. So if you want to see what all we're giving away, I will leave a link in the description so you can go down and click on that and see what we're giving away in the video, and then see how to enter. But we didn't have anything in our box that represented our faith. in God and how good he's been to us. So I found this. Well, my good friend gave me this to put in the box. And it's Isaiah 40:31. I will walk and I will not grow faint. I will run and I will not grow weary. I will soar on the wings of eagles when I wait on God. So yeah, I think this really represented just how good he's been to us and how he's truly the wind beneath our wings in this whole homesteading adventure. So my good friend made this, you guys, and she has a business, Broken by Design, and she has workshops where you can make your own. And I've made several. I should show you. Oh, let me go get one that I made. It's my favorite. Hang on a sec. Here is the favorite one I did in one of her workshops that I have it hanging up in my bathroom to remind me to meet my Father in the garden. That's a place where I can listen and speak to him. So, and let me show you one more. Here's another one that I love. She has all sorts of bases that you can use, all different ones, and then she has all the tessera available for you to put on, and it's just a really peaceful, creative space. She's got her workshop room, and you can even have parties. You can have your church meet there, you know, the ladies in the church meet there and all make mosaics, and you know, whoever you want, you can have a party. And so I will leave a link to her business. Her name is Amy, and I'll leave a link to her business down below, Broken by Design. So if you want to make a beautiful mosaic, you can get in touch with her and set up a time to come to one of her workshops. Okay, so this is gonna go in the box, you guys. I love it, and I love that I'm gonna get to give it to one of you guys. All right, happy homesteading, you guys. Bye now.